Uh, hey guys. So, what you're about to see is just me rambling. The original length was like 30 minutes. I'm gonna cut it down, hopefully a decent amount. If not, then dear God, it's gonna be close to a 30-minute video. Uh, just know that I did put in a little bit of effort, but don't nothing too crazy. So, uh, I guess what I'm just trying to say is here is the recap. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so Minsu jokingly said that I should make a recap video of stuff, and fuck it, why not, right? Haven't made a video in a while, and this could be fun. Not gonna take this too seriously. Anyway, uh, so you guys are on a planet called Toral. Fun fact. And the planet's got a moon. Moon's name is Saloon, which is one of the gods of the thing. Goddess of the moon. So that makes sense. Luckily, the sun is still called the sun, so that's nice. But who cares about that stuff? What matters is you're in this region, this area, this place called Faerun. And it's kind of on this like northwest area. Who knows? Someone out there knows. It's just not me. But yeah, so it's a place that is like it's got a lot of bad stuff in it. There's there's a lot of like dangerous stuff. Wolves, orcs, goblins, slimes, ogres, trolls, lions, tigers, and bears. It's full of bad stuff. And even though there's a lot of like, civilization, established locales like Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, most of the stuff in between them is just full of bad stuff. You got a couple cities. I say a couple. There's a shit ton. You got a number of the cities like in between, but the roads are dangerous. You never know if you're going to be attacked by bandits or the aforementioned orcs and stuff. But this world has a lot of history to it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. This is unscripted, by the way. I'm just talking out of my ass. But there were like ancient elvish and dwarvish kingdoms, but and magic actually was pretty commonplace. Like everybody, like kids, old people had magical items. It's like the common smartphone. Everyone's got that, except for those that don't. Uh, I say a lot. It's because I'm buffering. There is a lot of history, but there all that went to shit, and now all those ancient kingdoms are like wiped out. They're ancient ruins now, haha. And magical items, the commonplace ones, are less common. Things like the Wand of Smiles and I don't know, night vision goggles. Sam Fisher style. But like the really powerful legendary stuff, now they're hidden in like dungeons and like they're in like dragon hordes and big yada yada yada. But we're now to the modern day, quote unquote modern. I guess current day is more accurate to say, and it's a pretty crazy place. There's a lot of like ancient history and a lot of unexplored stuff, and so that's part of the fun of Dungeons and Dragons. Is you go out there and you're like, whoa, there were people before us. Wild. So, right now we're playing the campaign Storm King's Thunder, uh, because there's a king of the storm giants, and thunder, they do thunder damage. Do they? I think it's mostly lightning damage. It's like Pokemon with Pikachu. He's got a move called Thunder, but it's electric. whatever. This is a campaign where you guys are gonna kind of reach roughly around 10, like for the most part in the end game, at least level 10. At most, you guys can hit like level 12. When you go to like the book, it does say like you should end the campaign at level 11 at least. But that's because when you literally finish, like you do everything in the book, it's like, all right, you level up. And it's like, okay, cool. But like, what do I do with this level up? There's nothing. There's nothing to do. The idea is then you can like homebrew stuff afterwards, but I'm not creative. I'm not smart. But but it's a campaign where you guys are basically gonna fight giants. Giants are kind of like the same level of dragons in terms of like mythical status. They don't really hang out with people. They're not very commonly seen, but they are like old, powerful beings, who have lived longer than humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, yada yada yada. So, but suddenly there's like just news kind of going along Faerun, along the Sword Coast. That is kind of the name of it. The strip that is the coast next to the sea. Of course, coasts have to be next to the sea, inherently. There is just rumors of giants attacking small folk. We are small folk because we are tinier than them. They are generally big people. That's why they're called giants, And you guys are kind of like figuring out what's going on, and eventually, hopefully, you guys will kind of fix stuff. That I don't want to spoil anything. Got to keep it vague and ambiguous. But that's kind of what happens. So we got Ade, the Kalishtar cleric of the life domain. We got Daryl, our half elf paladin who has taken an oath of conquest. We got Graham, our tiefling, who has unfortunately made a pact with a great old one as a warlock. There's Vasher, a Eldrin elf, who is a astral self monk. We also have Vorin Klex, a.k.a. Vorin, the black dragonborn sorcerer of the Draconic bloodline. And, because I never get to play as a character, really, I added in my own guy, Kieran, half-orc, cavalier, fighter. He's not really important, unfortunately. But yeah, so you guys were just kind of chilling in this tavern? It was like essentially a pit stop on the side of the road. Chilling, and then some guy showed up and was like, "Oh, adventurers, I need your help." I don't know if this was his voice. "Adventurers, I need your help. My trading supplies have been attacked by goblins." Fuck, I need water, dude. Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff. Please help me. And you guys are like, "Yeah, sure." A bit more serious, but like, "We will help you, adventurer." Adventurer. "We will help you, citizen." I'm all over the place. So you guys went and fought some goblins and a bugbear. And, like, every time I run this encounter, people almost always die. This is supposed to be a level 1 encounter, written by Wizards of the Coast, the guys who made the game. And, like, no matter what happens, everyone almost always dies. I ran this with Mike and a friend of ours named Jay, and it was supposed to be a third guy, but he didn't show up. So I added like a random heal bot NPC, and they definitely almost died. It was only 3 guys level 1. That's fucked. But I was like, okay, well, it's only 3 people. Maybe they need more. I fucking ran it again with like more people. I think it was like 4 people or something. They almost died. And it's like, okay, well, one other person isn't like a whole lot more. I mean, it helps, but still, level 1. And then I played it with you guys, and it was literally 6 dudes. That's the most I've ever run this encounter with, and that is the recommended party. It's like 4 to 6 people are supposed to be in this encounter. And yet you guys still almost died. If you hadn't like caused a goblin uprising, then like fuck. But you did. And so you beat the bugbear, Clarg, I think it was his name. Found the supplies, and you went back, and he was like, "Oh, adventurers, thank you. Please, I need you to send this letter to Nightstone because, like, I gotta tell them that, like, all my friends are dead, and I need help." You guys were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So you guys went to Nightstone, in your new group of new friends of sorts, and when you got there, it was fucked. It was. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. There was a bunch of rocks everywhere that had like blew up buildings, and like there's actually like people underneath some of them. So that's fucked up. There's also goblins. There's a bell, and they're ringing the bell, and then there's goblins. So yeah, I actually don't remember this. I think this is what happened, but you guys like killed all the goblins, and I don't remember specifically what happened. I do remember what happened with the first campaign with Mike, Mitsu, and Riz, where they stopped the goblins who were ringing the bell, and then a bunch of goblins showed up. It was this massive battle, and then I crit Mike like 5 times. It was fucking awesome, but also like feels bad, you know. But in this campaign, I don't remember what happened. You guys killed all the goblins, though. You were fine. You guys met 2 groups of people, quote-unquote groups. One of them was this traveling monk lady named Kella. And you also met some of the guards, the city watch of the place. And they were like, the castle in the sky came down and started throwing rocks at us. The people normally run up to the keep, but the bridge broke, so they ran out into the hills. And then a bunch of goblins showed up and started raiding the city. And you guys were like, oh, well, maybe we got to go into the hills, save the people, And as you guys were like, maybe we should take a long rest, though. This group showed up. Called, like, the 7 Snakes. I say like, because I don't actually remember the top of my head. And I am just freeballing this. No notes, no pre-written anything. So this group showed up. And they were like, hey, we're looking for Kella Darkhope. And you guys were like, why? And then Kella was like, oh, no, they're friends. They're cool. And they're like, okay, you can come in. And they're like, hey, thanks. Yo, this place is fucked. What happened? It's like, well, yada, yada, yada. We need to go into the caves. And they're like, okay, well, we can stay here and kind of, keep watch, protect the place. And then a bunch of fucking orcs showed up. Shored up. A bunch of orcs showed up, and you guys are like, oh god, fucking fight of our lives. And you guys fought and protected the city. A bunch of guards died. I think only one survived, and a bunch of the mercenary bandit dudes died as well. But you guys managed to kill them. Yay. But you all basically almost died. So you're like, let's take a long rest. You guys chilled 8 hours and everything was good. You went into the caves. And while you're in the caves, there's like a place, a certain traveling path, which, gave you bad vibes, really bad vibes. People die in that cave. Yeah. But, you fought a bunch of goblins, you found some ogres, one was chilling in like a mud bath, and the other one was chilling in like behind a bunch of stalagmites. Stalactites, T for top, M for bottom. And you found like a goblin, and the goblin was like, I'm the boss. And so you killed him, and you found the villagers, and you saved the villagers. Yay. But, Nightstone was still fucked. Anyway, this dwarf guy shows up, and his name is like Morak, and he kind of like, hey, thanks for helping us out, guys, but I was wondering if I could ask for your help again. And you guys were like, okay, what is it? And it was like, I need you to deliver a letter. This lady died, Samil Southwell. And her brother needs to know, and he's all the way up in Bryn Shander. And you guys are like, I don't know where that is. And then I showed you, and it's fucking far, dude. It's like opposite sides of the goddamn map. But you guys were like, yeah, sure. Which is, actually really fucking generous of you. So good on you guys. And you're like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So you started making your way. But then this castle in the sky showed up, with like a wizard hat. And then a bunch of stairs showed up. And you guys were like, oh, what the fuck do we do? And eventually you guys were like, maybe we should go up. So you went up into the castle in the sky. And then this cloud giant showed up. And he was like, hey, I'm Zephyros. This wasn't his voice. I forgot what voice I did. I mean, I kind of remember, but I don't really want to do it right now. Sorry. Anyway, he showed up and he was like, hey guys, it's me, Zephyros. Why did I do the voice? It's me, guys. I'm here. You're here to help fix the ordning. You guys are like, the fuck's the ordning? And it's like, oh, it's like a system that determines which giants are, like, the most powerful, whatever. And it's busted, and I don't know why, but you guys are destined to fix it. Guys were like, okay, well, how do we do that? And I was like, I can't help you. Like, I can't give you too much help or anything, because then it'd be easy. I don't remember if he said that, but, that's basically the point. Anyway, you guys were like, well, we're going to Bryn Shander. It's like, I can at least do that. And you floated in your castle to Bryn Shander. And these dickheads showed up, and they were like, oh, we're the Howling Hatred. We ride birds. And Yancy Bin. Hey, Zephyros, won't you help us return the world to its primordial state? And, everyone was pretty much like, okay, that sounds pretty, like, sus, dude. I don't know if we should help him. So Zephyros was like, okay, let's not help him. But, they tried to bribe you with his pouch. It had, like, pixie dust in it. The stuff that makes you fly. Although when you sprinkled it on, like, Kieran, I rolled a thing, and he just, like, passed out. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I think you guys still have that. Again, not double checking anything. Anyways, you were like, no, fuck off. And they were like, all right, well, we'll be back. And then they came back, and they were like, go, invisible stalker, which was this, like, invisible dude who kept beating the shit out of you guys. But luckily you had more people to fight them. Unlike the old group, Ripperoni, who died right here. You guys made it, and I think I gave you a lot more levels. No, I think you were level 4 at this time, which is where you were supposed to be. You guys fought him, and you won! Yay! Yay! And you got pixie dust. Anyways, you guys were like, let's keep going. And you kept going, and you all were chilling. I think most of you guys were, like, training... because I told you a thing which is not true, where you can, like, train and your stats will increase. Yeah, my bad. A lot of you guys were, like, reading books. Some of you were reading books about, like, magic. Some of you guys were reading books about, like, monsters or something. And a few days pass. I say a few days. I think, like, 10 days pass or something. And then this other group shows up. Silver Dragon. But those are the good guys, so no problems. But then a bunch of dwarves showed up, like, writing in its talon claws. You can tell I was struggling with the word. And then they, like, drank a potion and turned into little cloud dudes, and they started like, we're floating, and you guys were like, whoa, hey, stop it. Luckily, like, you guys saw that they were part of the Lord's Alliance, and Kieran was like, hey, I'm part of the Lord's Alliance, what the fuck is happening? And they were like, oh, well, we're, fucking with cloud giants because they're fucking with us. And it's like, well, this guy's chill. I'm like, okay, I trust you. You're part of the Lord's Alliance. But anyway, they were like, hey, if you're ever in I forgot the name of the place, but it's one of the dwarven areas, Citadel Felbar, Mirabar. I don't know. I'll just, like, do a thing. Hey, if you're ever there, talk to the king and queen, because they'll say stuff. Anyways, you guys made it to Bryn Shander, and it's, like, so fucking far north, and it's cold, dude. It's cold. So you guys were like, oh, we need to buy some coats. So you went in and you met this dwarf lady, and her name's Ogric, and she's like, hey guys, I'm super cheerful. And you was like, hey, cool, where can we buy coats? And it's like, go there. And you went, bought some coats, and you're like, okay, where's the sheriff? And then you met this guy, and he was like, hello, I am sheriff. What do you need? And you're like, hey dude, your sister died. It's like, ah, fuck. Well, that's life. But how can I help you guys? And you're all like, well, we need work because we're kind of poor now, and we actually don't know what to do next. I gotta say, like, these books are not written in the most like best way to kind of like lead you down a path. Like some people complain, like, oh, the pre-written books, some of them are too railroady. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, how do I get them to go from chapter 1 to 2? um, or I guess chapter 2 to 3. Chapter 1 to 2 is pretty smooth. How do I get them to go from chapter 2 to 3? And it's just like, okay, well, here's some work, and through the work, you guys met some people. You met the church people. You met the town speaker lady. You met a blacksmith dude, and there's a guy who kept passing out because, like, he kept seeing like half orc dragonborn combo, and he was like, oh god. So yeah, that was, you were chilling, and you guys went on a side quest, and on that side quest, you guys were helping the blacksmiths, and you met this dude named Isar. Isar Kronenstorm. Storm or Strum? Stormstrom. Isar. His name is Isar. And he killed a shit ton of Uthgarts, who are these, like, barbarian dudes that fucked up, like, Brinchander and a bunch of places. Not, like, actually. They fucked up the trading between Brinchander and the other 10-town settlements. And so you're like, whoa, hey, who are you? And it's like, my name is Isar. I see you got a half orc. I want to kill him. And he goes like, oh god, let us roll high on persuasion and deception and all that stuff. And luckily you guys did. So he's like, all right, but if I see you fuckers again, I'm gonna kill you. I was like, okay, goodbye. And he left, and you guys were like, we got to get the fuck out. And so you made your way back, and like, hey, we found your supplies. And they're like, hey, whoa, you guys are pretty sick. Thank you for that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. What else can we help it? But like, before anything else really happened, giants attack. Frost giants. Not cloud giants this time, but frost giants. They're cold. They're really cold. They're so used to the cold. Graham learned this the hard way, but they're used to the cold. Anyway, they started attacking Brinchander because they were looking for this guy named Artis Simber. And, like, no one was like, hey, you know who Artis Simber is? And everyone was like, I don't fucking know who that is. And so you're like, hey, no one here is named fucking Artis Simber. And the Frost Giants are like, well, I don't fucking believe you. I'm going to try to kill you. And it's like, oh, god damn it. And you guys got into a fight. And it was a pretty intense fight. And it was so intense, the damage was so high that like Kieran died, and I was like, oh fuck, I like this character. I spent a lot of time working on him, but it's not a big deal. I have so many characters. And so anyways, Kieran dies, but luckily you guys were able to kill kind of like this party of giants, and the rest were like, oh shit, dude, they died. We're getting the fuck out of here. And y'all were like, oh shit, Kieran's dead. Let's try to revive him. But unfortunately, no good. He dead. Yeah. So that happened. Sad. But the city was fucked up. But a bunch of guys kind of showed up, and they're like, "Hey man, thanks for protecting our town. Yeah, here's some favors," or some people are like, "Hey, I gotta like ask you for a favor." Basically, quests. A shit ton of quests happened. Sirac, who was working at the House of Triad, the church, with Adler, was like, "Hey, buddy, I know who our December is. He's my dad, but like no one knows where he is. Although maybe these people know who he is, all the way over here. Can I come with you? Because I'm worried that they're like gonna come after me because I'm like his son. They might try to capture me or something." And you guys were like, "Yeah, sure, tag along." Sheriff Southwell was like, "Hey, like that was fucked up. I need you guys to look for more giant activity. Once you do, yeah, like let me know. I'll give you a little bit of like some authority and stuff." You guys are like, "Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do that too." Lady Devessa, town speaker, she was like, "Hey, yo, I happen to have an aunt in like Waterdeep or like something. I don't remember. I'll again put it up here. You like she got a boat. You ever need to go up and down the coast? This is I'll let you get like free travel, and that's pretty nice. Anyway, this lady Beldora, who's like a member of the Harpers, which Graham and Vash are a part of, this like spy organization. She was like, "Hey, you need to go to the Hundlestone." Wow, that took me way too long. I think it's called Hundlestone, and you're gonna meet this guy, and he's one of us, so like maybe he'll help you out. You guys are like, okay, sure. Augreg was like, hey, I need you to go to my hometown, Iron Master, and like I need you to ask my family like for some help. The town's fucked up. They can help us. There's also this guy, this little knight dude who you guys unfortunately didn't get to meet, but that's okay. That's part of the game. I don't expect you to walk up to everybody and start talking to them, because it would take us like 7 years to finish the game if you all did that. Uh, this guy showed up and was like, "Hey, I've been tracking this guy named the Weevil, but like trail's gone cold. It's taken me a while." So I need you to go to like Neverwinter, talk to a bud of mine, just let him know like what's up with me. And y'all were like, okay, sure. And you got a bunch of like side quests, or I guess like not side quests, but like you got some quests. And you also got like you guys were gonna set up to like Silver Moon, because Kieran died, and like he said, oh, I'm from Silver Moon, and you're like, I guess we gotta like return the body or like inform the people, like family or something. And it's like, luckily, the guy showed up, and I'm like, hey, we're taking his body back. And it's like, oh wow, okay, that's cool. Who are you? And it's like, oh, we're like members of the Trout Halls, which is the family he works for. And yeah, yeah. Well, if you're ever in Silver Moon, maybe stop by, because we're gonna try to resurrect him. And maybe he'll show up again, because again, Brandon really likes this character. But yeah. So that's just kind of where we left off. How long have I been recording for? Roughly 30 minutes. Probably gonna cut it down a lot though. A lot of pauses and uhs and stuff like that. So but yeah, that's the recap. Hope you enjoyed that. Hey guys, hope you can bear with me just a little bit longer. Sorry this video is so long, and as I'm sure you could tell, the editing got less and less, closer to the end. Yeah, you could kind of tell that I was kind of, giving up. Just wanted to get it out for you guys, because I said I would. But yeah, this was actually fun. I'd like to maybe make more stuff. I don't know, just me talking about maybe D&D stuff, or and just other video games that I like to play. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know. You know, leave a like and a comment and subscribe and all that stuff. But yeah, no, this is fun. I do hope you enjoy. Sorry again for how long it is, and yeah, I look forward to playing more D&D with you guys. Thanks for being such great players. I'm really lucky to have you guys. Not be complete dickheads. But yeah, have a good one. I'll see you soon.